don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud. Shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express.
Celebrate our newest launch, Rev 7. I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7 that for a limited time you can try our 3-pack absolutely free. Or check out our Percale bed sheets. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Every color, every style, every size, only $29.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. And our Percale bed sheets, all sizes, only $29.88, even the queens and kings. Inventory is extremely limited, so order now.
That's right, folks. Order now. Welcome back. Oreo Express, Josh here. Hope you're all having a good, and can we mention it's Friday? Christmas was yesterday, and we're already at Friday. Let me turn this off really quick. We got cameras are going off. We got kids. All the kids in the neighborhood got these new bikes and everything, and they're outside. It's sunny right now, sunny and 58 degrees. So they're having some fun and doing what they should be doing as kids a day after Christmas, and that's having fun. I'm just pulling up your comments right here on this one. There we go. Why did it do that? Let's even try this again. There we go. Welcome back, all. Welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to have kind of a fun Friday to begin with. We got a lot of craziness going on. We're going to talk about. Got some more fraud being exposed. And going to talk about some other stuff. So let me jump into the comments right now. And Nola, welcome. Trina's in the house. She bragging about her new computer. She ready to go. She looks down and she got a monitor so big she looks at maps and sees people waving to her. That's how big it is. Congrats on that, Trina. Pixie, Sugar Bear, Chris, DAHP, Hunter, Mater TJ, Becky Boo, Susan K. Spencer, Old Uncle Bill says, grab your coffee and drink and a snack. It's almost time. Renee, and a big shout out to Renee. I'll give you that message here in a minute. Thank you, Renee. Let's see. Who else is jumping? Chris Goff, how are you doing? JH Candy Bar. Thank you guys for tuning in. As you guys know, we are trying. I told you guys about it last week or earlier this week a little bit. DC for January 6th, the march from Ellipse Parks down to the Capitol. And there'll be some other events heading down there. Might get a little hairy, but that's what we're known for, right? And so we're working on getting down there. And I was telling everybody, I pulled up the cost and it continues to go up. Right now, it looks like the average one that we would take to get into DCA is $879. So we're going to try to raise that money. If you guys want to help us get us there, we appreciate it. But at the end of the show, on the last show, I told you K Texas put money in on, I think it was Christmas Eve. Thank you, K Texas. And then Renee O donated 100. Come on. Why doesn't it pull up? And Bonnie K donated 100. So at 250 minus, let's see where we're at here. I'm going to do this. So we got 6:29 to go, and I will get the ticket tonight. 'Tis night. We would get the ticket and get down there. I'll worry about the hotel and the bills. I'll go on faith. So if we can just get the ticket, I know I'm there. You know, hey, a little harder to camp out in DC now that Trump's president. He's cleaning up all those homeless encampments. A year ago, I'd go to DC and just stay on the sidewalk. But thank you so much, Renee and Bonnie. You guys rock, and Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you so much. You know, you see things depicting black people and all the time, but you know what? We don't see enough about us white folks. When I say us white folks, I talk about me, my family. I saw this, and this is like Christmas at white people's house. Hopefully I offend white people because I'm white and I should be able to do this. Take a look at this. You're opening up Christmas presents on Christmas Day, and take a look.
You're the last one. They don't know where we're going.
I'm nervous that you're taking.
Oh, hell yeah!
So you get arrested, you get a booking shot, and you'll get that framed on Christmas Day. It's just a white people thing. When, you know, if I seen that, I don't think any other race would be giving gifts like that away. But I thought it was just hilarious. That's something my family would do. What else do we got here? Since we're talking about white folks, we might as well talk about Tweaker Geographic. This was hilarious when I seen this. And this is the kind of stuff you see in LA and just all these places that we allow rampant drug use. Take a listen. And it's kind of methed up, if you know what I mean. But take a listen to this video right here. I'm glad it's Fun Friday. We can do
the
this.
rare urban
Take a listen to this this little video here, and it's called Tweaker Geographic. Take a look.
This episode of Tweaker Geographic, we observe the rare urban phenomenon. The alpha female leads the migration, hauling a fully furnished mobile tweaker home with a shopping cart. Two tweak minions push from the rear. Experts believe this structure will travel 3 blocks before becoming stationary forever.
I seen that, and I said, I'm so happy it's Fun Friday, and I get to share that all with you. First Amendment Media said, I bet AP had that done too. You know what? I don't consider AP white, man. I don't know. I know she racist and all against black people. They scare her, but she's not white. She don't get that privilege. Thank you for the Rumble rant, though. But I seen this video right here. I was like, I want to show it to you again. I just liked it. I want to start creating videos like that with that kind of background and noise in the back.
On this episode of Tweaker Geographic, we observe the rare urban phenomenon. The alpha female leads the migration, hauling a fully furnished mobile tweaker home with a shopping cart. Two tweak minions push from the rear. Experts believe this structure will travel 3 blocks before becoming stationary forever.
Just how the sound sounds like a National Geographic. That is epic. Good old white folks. Yeah, don't get upset, black people and brown people. Y'all tweakers too. I just like making fun of the white ones. I seen this black dude. This black dude on this one, so I'm giving my fair share here. If you don't believe in God, or put it this way, if this guy don't believe in God, he does now. I watched this video like 9 times. It is not AI. How this man is not dead, I will never know. And good looking out on the Honda driver. I think it was a Honda. Take a look at this right here.
It's the most wonderful time.
That is insane.
It's the most wonderful time.
I want to let go again. Look at this.
It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time.
I want to know what happens to that little Civic because I think that little Civic slams into some other cars.
It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time.
Look at that. Are you kidding me? First of all, that little Honda, I think it's a Civic or something like that. That little Honda has some good handling right there. And then this car right here, how does that happen? That is wild. Wild. Crazy. Crazy. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? Let's go over here. I don't have the live chat up for everybody. We got Deb V, Jalen, Darlene over there. Carol, how are you doing, Carol? Donna Rao, everybody up in here today. Starlow. I'm telling you, I'm tired today. My first show, I was like, man, I couldn't even put a sentence together. But the holidays are over. We got New Year's Eve coming. And again, hopefully on January 6th, we will be in DC. At DC, 6:29 to go. Thank you to Bonnie. Oh, and we got, I believe, a coffee from, let me put this up. I got to give my shout outs. Agent 77, who was in the chat earlier. Thank you, Agent. Just thank you. I'll be there. Awesome. Awesome. So that's 5. So I'm going to -5 from here and see where we're at. We're at 6:29. So we're at 6:24 now. Let me clear that up. 6:24. YouTube hates us. YouTube hates everybody that loves America. I thought this was interesting
Minority
today.
Leader
Check
falling
this
behind.
out. Boom. Let's take a look at this.
The Senate Minority Leader falling behind Marco Rubio, Hakeem Jeffries, Mike Johnson, and John Thune. Fox News contributor Bill McGurn joins us now to react. You know, Bill, the old saying is in Washington is, if you want a friend, get a dog. The Senate Minority
Look at that. U.S. political leaders' approval rating. You got Marco Rubio up there on top with J.D. Vance trailing just right behind him. Those two are the promise keepers for the 2028 presidential election. Well, however that works, I think it'll be J.D. Vance with Vice President Marco Rubio. He's done a fabulous job. Then you got Hakeem Jeffries, Mike Johnson, Senate Majority Leader John Thune, and trailing way back there in the back, Chucky Schumer. Now, I don't even know how he gets 28%. This guy grills hamburgers, frozen hamburgers, and put cheese on them while they're frozen. Because he's not one of us, folks. He's not one of us. Oh, Karen said Venmo. Let's check this out. Let me pull it. I don't know why Venmo didn't give me a notification. What are you doing, Venmo? Let's check this out. Oh, Karen with $2.50. Thank you so much, Karen. So let's do this. Everybody give Karen a shout out. Thank you, Karen. Let's do this. 624 minus 250 equals. We are only 374 away, guys. Thank you, Karen. I want to go to this one. I don't know how exciting it'll be. I know we'll be live. We'll have a lot of people that were at that march that were once in prison. Many should have been in prison for, not should have, but were sentenced to prison for over 2 decades. They'll all be out there. So it should be fun. Give Karen a shout out. Thank you so much. We are 374 away. This is looking possible now. There's some light at the end of the tunnel. But talk about Chuck Schumer. His own party don't like him. I mean, he's out of touch with reality, folks. You know the way government was thought of? And this is the government on even your local level. You know, I've had people that I've asked to run for school board. They've said, and I just thought they were good people, that they were doing the right thing. Check this out. When all this was founded, it was supposed to be me and you. It's supposed to be average, everyday people. I mean, if you go to a school board, you should have kids in that school, right? You kids shouldn't have graduated 20 years ago and you're just still living off the school board. These people are so out of touch with reality. They don't do anything. Old Uncle Bill says you will be live till the cell towers overlay. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be that big of a march. It would take, what, about 20,000 to 30,000 people to overload the cell towers? Because, I mean, you think about it, we were there in D.C. for how long, live streaming 12 hours a day right in front of the Capitol, and we never had a problem. On January 6th, there was 1 million people minimum. So then I think, yeah, you'll have some issues. But when I go to DC, I don't have a whole lot of issues unless it's a big sanctioned event, like when we went up there for the military's the Army's 250th birthday. Yeah, I mean, you got 75, 80,000 people. I don't know how, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this march will be huge, but I'm not guessing there's going to be more than a couple thousand people there. There might be more. Maybe I'm wrong. I am seeing a lot of chatter online, but I think it would be fine. I think it'll be fine. Because I get that frustration too. I hate the fact that we're in 2025. We got satellites all across. Elon can lift up like 40 satellites that can do all this stuff, but we can't get cell towers that can hold an ample supply of people. Old Uncle Bill gives 2 subscriptions. Big shout out to Old Uncle Bill. Thank you, Old Uncle Bill, and thank you for your continued support. What's the next thing we have here? Democrats' approval collapsed to 18%. Listen to this. Man, 18%. Take a listen.
Not flattering. Take a look at this from a Quinnipiac poll. Only 18% approve, 73% disapprove. What's your assessment of your colleagues across the aisle?
My assessment is that they're following crazy. Now, instead of being big D Democrats, now they want to be democratic socialists, which is basically communism. That's not going to work if you're trying to get the American people to put the reins of power in your hand. Now, I will also say, as a Republican, we have a lot of work to do around healthcare. It's not just about subsidies. Obamacare has to be completely overhauled top to bottom. Republicans, we have a responsibility to do that while also fixing the healthcare system more broadly, making sure that we're not subsidizing insurance companies. Let's put that money in the hands of the American people. Let them decide where their dollars go. Make sure they have more choices and more opportunity when it comes to healthcare. But if you listen to Democrats, they don't want more options for the American people. They want to move to single payer healthcare. That's the antithesis of choice and options. That's going to drive everybody into one governmental system. And please, somebody tell me the last time a one-size-fits-all governmental system worked for the American people.
So the Democrats actually have.
That's what I want to know. I mean, he framed that very eloquently, if you want to call it that. But we talked about this. We took your input, listened to your comments. When Trump won, there was Democrats surprised that Trump won. I'm like, you guys want open borders, trans for all, men and women's sports, all these things that you guys are pushing. It's not like it's a minority group. Like, remember, we used to have the Jihad Squad, the far left, the AOCs, the Bernie Sanders, communism works everywhere type people. And it became the whole damn party. I got a video coming up right now, and I've been waiting to share it with you. We talked about what happened when Mamdani got elected in New York, and you're already seeing how bad it's going to be with some of his picks. Take a look, but 18%, that's pretty high. 18%.
Not flattering.
And
take a look at this from
about
a
Epstein and
Quinnipiac.
everything else instead of fixing their party. It's just crazy. Now, I just brought up Mamdani, the communist. I want to show you his appointment, his DEI appointment. And this is just insane. Jay Lynn with the Venmo, $20 more on the Venmo. Thank you, Jay Lynn. So I'm going to pull that back down. Minus 20. 354 to go, guys. You guys rock. You guys, I think we're going to be there. I think they're going to have to deal with me one more time in DC. Take a listen here.
Lillian Bonsignor is a career first responder. In just 9 days, she'll be running the world's busiest fire department. one of the most important appointments of the incoming administration.
And they deserve a leader who cares about their work because she did it herself, who understands every detail, and who will fight tirelessly to empower FDNY and make it the best firefighting force in the world.
Lillian Bonsignor began her career as an EMT in 1991 and was ultimately promoted to chief of the city's EMS division, where she served for 3 years before retiring in 2022. Although she never served as a firefighter, she's confident that won't matter.
I know the job. I know what the firefighters need, and I can translate that to this administration who's willing to listen.
How do you know the job if you've never been a firefighter? I mean, it doesn't get more further DEI than this.
I know what EMS needs. I have been EMS for 30 plus years.
Bonsignor is a trailblazer for the LGBTQ community, who will serve as the FDNY's first openly gay commissioner. She's a highly respected, detail-oriented manager whose style has been compared to NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, who will remain in her post in the new administration.
So this person has never fought a fire a day in their lives. And listen to the beginning of it, because it's important. People don't get it, but listen to this.
Lillian Bonsignor is a career first responder. In just 9 days, she'll be running the world's busiest fire department.
In 9 days, she'll be running the world's busiest fire department. I mean, this isn't like Sweet Home Alabama, where you got some volunteer firefighters that go out, and when your barn's on fire, they come and put it out. This is not only an area that has dealt with large, significant strikes from terrorists, 9/11, but there's a lot that goes into this moving pieces of this. She's never been a firefighter. She's a strong LGBTQ activist, and this is who Mamdani chooses. I'm going to tell you right now, if I lived in New York, I would seriously be nervous right now. I mean, I would have been nervous when he was elected. I think a lot of people are moving out. People are doing the California exodus out of New York. Not just rich people because of taxes either. So with that being said, man, could you imagine? Could you absolutely imagine that? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Check this out. I don't care who comes to my house to put out my house if it's on fire. I don't care you're brown, purple. I just want you to get the job because you can put out the house fire. We've seen what happened when Mayor Karen Bass in LA decided to put DEI initiatives ahead of everything else. A fire that should have literally been put out immediately took out tens of thousands of homes and structures. Is that what we're going to? I'm just serious. Is that like, wow. That to me is just asinine. It's kind of crazy to even think that this is where we are in these days. And but you know what? Not living in New York, I hate to say it. Enjoy, folks. Enjoy. I mean, I would be investing in a whole lot more fire extinguishers than ever before. I kid you not. I kid you not. Feel bad for the men and women of the fire department that got a answer to this person. Like, she retired 2022, and now she's appointed, not because she can do the job, not because of qualifications, but because she's an LGBTQP advocate. Just insane. Just insane. What else do we got? Oh, check this out. You want to talk about more fun Friday stuff? Some more wokeism? A federal judge has just blocked RFK Jr.'s move to ban artificial dye from food. You heard that right. Trying to make America healthy again. I mean, there is nothing that these people are not doing to try to obstruct the Trump administration and the people that he's put in charge of making America healthy again. And so I had to go find out who it was. Let me turn this off. Give me 1 second. Gonna beep again. Okay, maybe it won't. Of course, it was an Obama-appointed judge who probably, from the looks of things, might like her artificial dives. Take a look at this right here. Take a look at that. She might just have an IV behind that desk right there with red 40. Why would you? I mean, there's just no reason for this other than obstruction. And again, why pharmaceutical companies make so much money is decisions like this. You know, this isn't about me and you. It's about future generations. It's about your children's children, their children, to hopefully give them something. What was it, like the 80s, 90s, where everything became like ultra processed and using all kind of chemicals and stuff that just aren't good for your body. And when RFK Jr. goes to do something, an Obama-appointed judge says, "Nuh-uh, not going to happen." I think she'll lose this in the long term. Speaking of Obama, let's talk about Baltimore City high schools. 40% of Baltimore City high schools have 0 students who test proficient in math. I mean, these people, this is high school. You know what's amazing? These people can't even like multiply 6 times 6. But Democrats, well, these are the future of our generations. Give them a degree. Let them chop off their wee-wee. It's just insane. Listen to this.
President
right
Donald Trump signed an executive order in March to dismantle.
The work to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education has come to Maryland.
Project Baltimore's Chris Pat. Education Secretary Linda McMahon, who believes Baltimore City is a prime example of how Washington's involvement in public education has failed.
I will well and faithfully.
On March 3rd, 2025,
discharge the duties of the office.
Linda McMahon became the 13th confirmed secretary of the U.S. Department of Education, and she plans to be the last.
Absolutely. That is the directive from the president. That's what I was hired to do.
Project Baltimore recently sat down with McMahon as part of her Returning Education to the States tour. The tour, launched after President Donald Trump signed an executive order in March to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education. When the president signed the order, he justified it by pointing to low academic achievement, and he singled out Baltimore City public schools.
In Baltimore, 40% of the high schools have 0 students who can do basic mathematics.
That grim statistic was first reported by Fox 45 News in 2023, when we analyzed Maryland state testing data and found in 13 of Baltimore's 33 high schools, 0 students who took the state math exam scored proficient.
When you heard President Trump say that 40% of the high schools in Baltimore City did not have any students test proficient in math, what did you think?
It was stunning to me that that would still be happening in our country, that in a city school, that level of lack of education would still be going on. How can we continue to fail our kids?
Since President Trump signed the executive order, McMahon tells Fox 45 her department's staffing levels have been cut in half, down from 4,200 employees to around 2,100. And certain functions of the Department of Education have been relocated to other federal agencies.
Since the Department of Education was established, we've spent about $3 trillion on our public school system, and we've seen our scores continually decline. So we're clearly doing something wrong.
We all know that will hurt all students.
Becky Pringle is the president of the National Education Association, the teachers union. The NEA, which opposes dismantling the department, explains on its website that its own advocacy helped establish the education department in 1980, and gutting it would lead to less resources for our most vulnerable students, larger class sizes, fewer special education services. The union argues that for low-income communities and for civil rights protections, dismantling the DOE would be catastrophic.
How can they stand in the face of the stat that you and I just talked about? 40% of schools in Baltimore. It is catastrophic now because these teachers and these administrators are not being held accountable.
When McMahon finishes her tour, she plans to assemble a best practices toolkit to show school systems what is working across the nation to improve academic outcomes.
And that's what I'm in the process of doing.
But as far as the federal government's involvement in public education, McMahon says the DOE has failed, with struggling school systems like Baltimore being a prime example. Improving student outcomes, McMahon says, must start locally.
I think the parents have to be absolutely involved in what's going on with their children. They have to demand accountabilities, from those teachers and from those school board members. And I think to the extent that we can continue to put pressure on them to do that, that will, and provide them with what we have found that works, is the best that can happen from the federal level.
Fully abolishing the U.S. Department of Education would require a congressional vote. McMahon tells Fox 45 News she is working with U.S. House and Senate members to make that vote happen before President Trump's term expires.
It's just crazy, these unions and these people that just want to destroy our children. We are doing such a disservice for these kids. Back when I was in high school, I graduated in 96. We had things that we had to do to graduate. You just weren't, you were a number, but you just weren't a number. That number had to be proficient in math, reading. And if not, they did this thing. It was crazy back in school. They used to hold people back. Remember that? Little Johnny struggling in third grade. He's going to do it twice, because why should we put him up to fourth grade when he's going to hold every other student back, because he's going to need more and more attention? We're going to keep him in third grade, and we're going to make sure that he's good enough to be in a public school system that's not going to be a distraction for all the other students. That's how we used to run our schools. That's how it should be run, whether it's my kid or your kid. And it only gets worse. I'm telling you, Fresno is horrible. All they worry about is LGBT stuff. What a crappy little school district Fresno Unified is. How about this? Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, announces that the infamous D.C. headquarters, the J. Edgar Hoover building, will officially be shutting down. This is good news. He said he wanted to get out of the swamp, get his agents out of the swamp, and that sounds like what's going to happen. Check this out.
Spare dollars on mission, shutting.
So if you guys remember, let's take a look at this.
Want to move out of that building, where would the new headquarters be?
I can tell you that we are in the process of moving out. We've just worked out the final logistics to begin that process, and we are actually in line with keeping the American taxpayer dollars on mission, shuttering about 6 different offices the FBI has in the D.C. area, and we're moving to our new location within the D.C. area, and that process has already started.
Which is where? Maryland?
We're staying in Washington, D.C., right next to our partners at the Department of Justice, and we're getting out of the Hoover building. I have cargo nets holding up the cement structures of the exterior of the Hoover building because it catches falling cement and prevents it from hitting someone in the head. I'm not making that up. Why no one in the past decided to address that standard or lack of standard and make that building unsafe is beyond me, but we're addressing it.
So that's interesting. He's moving a lot of people out of that D.C. region, getting back on the ground. There was, let me see if I can pull this other thing up that came out about the arrest of violent criminals. The FBI, DHS, all these different groups have had their officers in many different towns, arresting some of the worst of the worst. On top of that, they're doing the raids. ICE and Border Patrol are doing the raids. But it came out. I want to see if I can find this one. I didn't save it for you. Had to do with arrest. I'm seeing if I can pull it up. You know, it's funny when you put crime statistics, it all goes back to Biden's fake crime statistics, where in 2022, he says the crime's lower and it's been in 60 years. Then we found out they were hiding the numbers. Remember that? Okay, that statistic isn't going to pull up, but that's all right. That's all right. Donald Trump today also, again, he's been pressuring and letting Republicans know that, hey, if you want to put America first, you're going to have to terminate the filibuster. Today, he wrote, terminate the filibuster, not just for the shutdown, but for everything else. We will get all of our common sense policies approved. Voter ID, anyone? And make America great again. Remember, the Democrats will do it immediately, as soon as they get the chance. Our doing it will not give them the chance. Republicans, be tough and smart. The Dems are crazed lunatics. They will not open up our country no matter how many people are irreparably harmed. He said this numerous times. He said, as soon as they get the opportunity, they're going to do it. And I think you know they will. And we need to do some stuff to force, I'm going to put it that way, to force some of Trump's policies in action. And once they're put in action, some of these people that you think would never wake up will wake up. And they'll look around and say, crime's down, things are cheaper. Oh my God, instead of all this obstruction that we're seeing from the Democrats to try to hurt President Trump. Just crazy, crazy. I seen whose comment was that a little while ago? Tard with the hard R. I felt the same way, bud, when I pulled up. We're going to cover a little bit of Nick Shirley stuff, but it seemed like everybody was just reposting Nick Shirley content on X, and it did not make X fun. I seen Tard with a hard R said something like that, and it was almost hard to make a show because just everybody just retweeting the same thing. So Nick Sartor was in Minnesota, and checking on some of the healthcare agencies. So, and this is the hugest thing for people that go out independently. So just to understand, Nick didn't go knocking on doors and find this information. This is what we need you all to do. Somebody who lives in the area started researching around there and said, you know what? I see all these daycare centers with no children there. And then they Google and they realize, oh, that daycare center is getting $2.4 million for 99 children. Then he reached out to Nick Shirley. Then Nick Shirley looks it over and says, yeah, I'm going to go down to go check this out. Again, a lot of this groundwork needs to be done from the locals in that area. And thankfully, this local stood up and did the American Patriot thing and did all the groundwork. Take a listen to, there's a couple different videos. I'm not going to spend much time because all you got to do is go on.
However, when we left, we were then down information to give us a rate. However, when we left, we were then met with the police.
We received a complaint that gentlemen matching your description were in this building harassing the individuals who stay here.
Oh, we're checking out the rates for healthcare because there's 14 healthcare companies inside this building. So
okay.
Well, that's not what he said. He said there's 14 companies here, and he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers, everyone here is fraudulent.
Okay. So
he's here with some kind of like propaganda.
So no, we're just checking.
No, this is a area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance. Is there any other reason that you guys are here?
Well, we were checking rates.
No, he's not.
We were checking rates. We asked for rates.
No, you're not.
Okay. I'm going to have, if you guys are all good, we're going to step outside and we can continue this conversation.
All right, let's leave. So, all right, we're getting escorted out right now. The police have arrived. We were checking out the rates, seeing what was happening inside this building. No one would really speak with us. We did go inside the one daycare center, and she actually did give us rates for childcare. Much respect to that lady. What's the problem, officer?
Well, so again, we've been getting reports from multiple individuals that you guys were harassing individuals who work here.
at the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also one the Minneapolis Police Department is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance at this address.
Yeah.
So
as we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we left, and we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers operating from inside. Down information to give us a rate.
That was
However,
one of the
when we
videos,
left,
and I'll
we
show
were
you
then
one
met
more.
with
This is
the
not
police.
uncommon. This is not uncommon. We've talked about this. This is the same thing when we were uncovering the NGOs that were getting millions and millions of dollars and providing all that legal services, when we were covering the border in San Diego, all through Tempe, Arizona, parts of Texas, all these different groups. It is a bunch of fraud. And again, somebody check this out. Let me see if this is it. Let me pull this one.
I'm a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you have
Why did it go to the end?
I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare. Can I speak to a manager? Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Childcare.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility, which has its license for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I tried to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Cuz I need a spot to put my son Joey.
Yes.
Is this your daycare center?
No, I work there. What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website. You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there.
How many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well, then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No? Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
No, you're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you
So this is actually very common, and it's getting exposed more and more. Minnesota, again, if you guys want to help out people, look around your communities. Google maybe not daycares, medical facilities. You're driving around these neighborhoods all the time. There's something there that'll look strange, and you could say, wow, they got $1.4 million. Minnesota's a bust now. Everything's going to be exposed in Minnesota, but I promise you, especially if you're in a blue state, I wish I could do this. But like I said, that guy spent days and days going through, looking at all these places, driving by, and called Nick, and Nick goes down there and boom, exposing it. This is, again, in California, you'll probably see, it would probably be different. I think a lot of California, the way they do it, it's kind of harder. We have a lot in the homeless industrial complex, immigration, these places that help out illegals. But there's a lot of other places, and especially in centers like in LA, they have little areas that are just like little Somalia in Minnesota, where these people fill out these forms, they get these grants, and they get everything else. Nobody ever checks on them, and they never do anything. Until we do something about it, all these videos are doing nothing. We do need the Trump administration to act, and act fastly. Agent 77, thank you. So much for your buy me a coffee from earlier. We appreciate that. How do you find out how much money these places are getting? All you gotta do is Google it. If they're government grants, anything, just like we did when we were doing the NGOs. We were telling you how much the CFOs and the CEOs of these NGOs. You can go, you can find it. You Google their tax status. It'll tell you how much they're getting in grants. If it's a state agency thing, you can go to your state. Your state, anytime they provide financial aid to any group, has to list that as part of their budget. And then you can pull up and say, oh, check this out. Fresno Daycare Center. They're getting 1.9 million a year for low income daycare facility. And you drive by and you don't see any kids there. You're probably onto something. Just crazy. How about this? Another Somali run charity, this time in Maine. Take a listen to this. Just fraud, fraud, and more fraud.
After weeks of silence, the state of Maine Department of Services has shut off Medicaid payments to Gateway, the Somali American-led health services contractor at the heart of all this in Maine. After a whistleblower, Chris Bernardini, told us taxpayers have been bilked out of millions from the state's Medicaid program there. He says they charge taxpayers for providing services that were never performed.
In your professional opinion, what you saw was fraud?
Absolute.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
Two different state audits covering the 2015 to 2018 years found that Gateway overbilled the state $662,000, and the state issued Gateway 2 formal violation notices. But according to the Maine Department of Health and Human Services, they're still trying to recoup over $500,000 of that from Gateway. After our story aired, Gateway called the allegations false. Today, in a statement, they write, Gateway was notified of the state's decision earlier this week and is investigating and gathering information. Gateway stands by its previous statements on these allegations and will continue to cooperate with all oversight agencies as it has done in the past. And important to note, in the House oversight demands for certain banking reports, they list as persons of interest the company's founder and CEO, Abdullahi Ali, the Somali American who, while at the time serving as executive director for Gateway, last year ran for president, which is essentially governor of Jubaland, a state in Somalia's south of borders Kenya. Also listed, former assistant executive director and current U.S. state representative for Maine, Deka Dalak. Neither have responded to our request for comment. We've also reached out repeatedly for comment to Janet Mills, the governor of Maine, and she has yet to respond. Nicole?
Yet to respond. Yet to, these blue states are just, again, I promise you guys, California will blow them all out of the water. That'll look like a drop in a bucket compared to California's fraud. A lot of it's been front and center, still nothing done. $18 billion on a train with no tracks laid. Supposed to be completed in 2020. The homeless industrial complex. Spend billions and billions of dollars only to get more homeless. It's a Democrat way, folks. It's a Democrat way. I like this. Speaking of fraud and Governor Walz, Republican Tom Emmer, listen to this right here.
It's $1 billion already and counting. You're talking about the U.S. Attorney's Office that indicted another half a dozen individuals the other day and said this might go all the way to $9 billion. And by the way, millions of dollars have been shipped to Al-Shabaab, a known terrorist organization in Somalia. Millions of Minnesota taxpayer dollars. Who knows where this is going to end?
$9 billion. Oh my God, I just can't anymore, folks. I just can't. If we just got rid of the fraud in this country, and there's a lot of it, it's in Republican states too. Just like I live in a Republican district, there's fraud in my district. If we just got rid of all this and tightened up the belts, you want to see how fast we could solve some of our debt issues? It's what Elon was talking about. It's why he was so frustrated. Okay, for those of you who just tuned in, guys, it looks like we are it looks like we might make it. We are trying to raise money to get to DC for the march on January 6th from Ellipse Park to the Capitol. We plan on getting there on January 5th, doing the march on the 6th, and leaving on the 7th. Just to pull this up, again, this is prices from Fresno. It looks like American that gets there at a decent time is $879 round trip. And so we put that out to you. Cade, Texas, Renee O, Bonnie K, Agent 77, and I think it was Karen and Jay Lynn all pitched in. Right now, we are only, let's see, where to go, $354 away. We would love to end this stream today and be able to purchase the ticket because it will go up more. Trust me, unfortunately. It will go up more. So if you guys want to help us out and donate, any amount helps. You got Venmo and PayPal, which are both Oreo Josh. Venmo and PayPal are both Oreo Josh. You got givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And we also have Zelle. If you do mobile or online banking, our Zelle address that you could use to do the transfer is purepatriot559@yahoo.com. I'm sure the mods are putting that in the chat right now. So if you guys want to help out, we would appreciate it. It'd be so much easier to get that ticket today. And then we'll work on transportation, hotel, and food later. We'll just get this taken care of because we want to get that done. And we'll be down there from the march from Ellipse Park. And there might be some other stuff going on. I might not be able to tell you everything. But if you guys do want to help us out and join in, we would appreciate it. See what else we got here. Where are we going now? How about this? Listen to this. CNN is freaking out that Latinos and Mexican immigrants are working for ICE and Border Patrol. Yeah, when we were down the border, I'd say probably a majority, maybe. But listen to this and listen to what Karen Bass says.
How do you answer that? Of course not, because I'm protecting my community, my deepest own kind, because my own kind will do it legally.
Born in Mexico, Agent Claudio Herrera first came to the U.S. as a student. He says it took him 11 years to become a citizen, and 6 years ago, he joined the Border Patrol.
I've been asked sometimes before in my past, aren't you ashamed of being apprehending your own
What do you say to
blood?
that? How do you answer
Of
that?
course not, because I'm protecting my community. My deepest advice to anybody that is coming from Mexico, we know that you want a better future for you and your family. But if you decide to do it illegally, you will only find jail or you will only find death.
We found that even with all the debate and tension right now around deporting migrants, interest in joining the agency has not necessarily dropped off. But most of the potential candidates we spoke with stressed that deportations are not what's attracting them to Border Patrol. Instead, they pointed to the new financial incentives, efforts to stop drugs from getting into the U.S., and what one candidate described as a job that means both enforcing the law and, as he sees it, helping migrants navigate legal pathways into the U.S.
So somebody who pledges allegiance to the country that allowed them citizenship, and he's returning the favor. He's serving this country as in the role of a Border Patrol agent, which he is being paid for. And Democrats want you to think he's a traitor. He's a traitor to his own race. How many times have we heard that? Some of the most racist things I've heard from the left is to law enforcement, Border Patrol, or things of that nature, because they don't like the fact that they enforce the laws, and that's what they're doing. Listen to Karen Bass, what she thinks about all
Those
this.
Border Patrol agents are going to have a difficult time when they're out in.
But first, let me get your reaction to that report from Culver we just heard. What did you think?
Well, in a way, I think it's sad. I think that those Border Patrol agents are going to have a difficult time when they're out in the field and they see what actually happens in real life, separate from their training. But I do understand that their primary incentive is financial. I think it just speaks to the financial situation that millions of Americans find themselves in.
How sad is that? Saying that they're not doing it because they love their country, but it's financial. They'll do anything and be traitors to their own race for a little bit of money in the pocket. Talk about out of touch. This communist little bitch, man, I just don't even know with some of these people anymore. I mean, these people are putting their lives on the line. They're in some of the shittiest environments. When I was down at the border, it was never fun. I'll be honest. It sucked being out there. And if I did it for pay, that would have been the last thing I did because I could have traveled and made the same money if somewhere in nice weather. It was 108 degrees out there, sweating our tails off, going through all this dirt, sitting out at 2 a.m. waiting for people to cross. And these Border Patrol, their morale was so low during the Biden administration. And when they would talk to us off camera or in places that we would be staying in border towns and we would go to their Applebee's or whatever restaurant, not a lot of them have great restaurants, but Applebee's or whatever was there. And we would sit, they would recognize me from being out there and holding a camera out there for 14 hours that day. And they would start talking to me. And I would tell you guys a story. I couldn't tell you the Border Patrol agents' names, couldn't tell you the National Guard, for that matter. In Texas, the National Guard reached out to us a couple times, different guardsmen, and they couldn't believe what the Biden administration were having them do. You want to talk about, they felt they were selling their soul there. They were looking for other jobs because they were importing illegals that were going to rape, murder, and pillage American citizens. Not all of them, but when you're not checking them and you're giving them like first class, rolling out the red carpet, it's just insane. Just insane. Karen Bass, just sickening.
Buy more
we talk about Border Patrol. We're talking about the fraud. Now let's go back to Minnesota. St. Paul, Minnesota grocery store. Listen to what they say. I love it when they say, even legal citizens won't come out of their house. Now, there is not a damn person who's a legal citizen that hasn't broke the law or has a warrant that's scared of leaving their house. We know that, you know that, but that is being thrown around everywhere now. Take a listen to this grocery store here.
In this back room at Buy More Mercado in St. Paul,
this is what we have been including in the other groceries.
Vanessa Muchaka and her team are busy taking grocery orders and bagging them up for delivery.
We've seen a big decline in our sales.
She started doing this weeks ago when customers stopped showing up over concerns they'd run into ICE agents even if they're here legally. The store put this sign on the front door to ease anxiety, but it hasn't really helped.
There's people that are just scared just to be detained for whatever reason.
That's why the store now takes orders over the phone and online. After that, a runner does the shopping, then rings it all up, and volunteers drop everything off at the customer's door. And if they can't pay, it's all free thanks to the nearly $8,000 raised on GoFundMe.
Every Christmas time, it was very busy. Now it's very empty.
Owner Ramiro Hernandez says his store is usually more crowded this time of year, but fear, he says, drove customers away.
I'm only here more than 40 years, and I haven't heard anything like that is happening now. It made me feel very sad.
Can you help me put the chicken over there on the table?
As for why this is so important to Vanessa,
because I've been through it. I had my partner taken away when it was the 2014. So I was single with 4 kids. I was not expecting that at all.
But there's another reason.
We're humans, and it's just humanity.
Just crazy. If you're a legal citizen, you have nothing to worry about. As much as CNN lies to you and MSNBC lies to you, Democrats lie to you, you're an American citizen. You have a right to be here. You've done it the right way. Enjoy your time here. And big shout out to Karen. Karen gifted 5 subscriptions to the Oreo Express on Rumble. If you're in the Rumble chat and you don't have a membership, all you have to do is say hello to the chat and you will be instantly gifted one. So thank you, Karen. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey warns ICE agents they could be killed if operations continue in the city. I'm just telling you, I'm glad it's Friday. Can't do this anymore. These people are insane.
I am increasingly concerned because of the chaos that is being caused by ICE agents that somebody is gonna get seriously injured or killed. Somebody is gonna get seriously injured or killed. And whether that is an ICE agent or a community member, we all know the tinderbox that could explode because of it. We all know that the federal government is looking for reasons to deploy more and more people to Minneapolis and blue cities around the country. We all know that we cannot afford to lose a single Minneapolis resident because they showed up and decided to protect their neighbors, because they showed up and decided to express their constitutional right to free speech. And so that concern is deep. It is held, by the way, not just by me and our residents and the people who are standing up behind me. The concern about getting somebody killed is also held by our police officers.
Imagine that. If you enforce the law that Congress has placed on you to enact, you could get killed. You know what? I'm going to say the same thing. If you're going to obstruct ICE officers, if you're going to run from ICE agents, if you're in this country illegally, there's a chance you can get killed. Just absolutely insane what we are seeing right now. Oh, man. How about this? This was the Target parking lot. I seen this on Christmas Eve or Christmas. I didn't play it on that day, but how about this? How about just going out to get some groceries over at Target and harassed by a Karen? Watch this.
What? Smile, Nazi! Smile, Nazi!
Smile, Nazi. I just wish somebody would just punch her right in her grill.
Smile, Nazi! Do you like torturing people because you can't please them? Do you make people cry because you can't make a moan, little bitch?
You notice the left always go to some type of sexual deviant thing? Remember the ones that were doing the like protesting 1776? Everything was about penis or sex. Like that's obviously this woman has nobody to give her any penis, or she wouldn't be out in a freezing freaking parking lot harassing people. Just hit it gas. Give it gas. Your foot slipped. I'll be your witness. I will be your witness.
Okay. Standing in a parking lot? I'm sorry.
Hey, don't assault people with your car, dipshit.
Don't block people. How about that, fat boy?
Go fuck yourself, asshole!
They always look the same.
This is ice! That's ice! That's ice! Fuck you! You don't have authority over citizens. You don't have authority over citizens. You do not have authority over citizens. You do not have authority over citizens.
Shows how much
you
little
do not
about
have
the
authority
law
over
they know.
citizens. You do not have authority over citizens.
This is a government
you
property.
do not have authority over
snowbank.
citizens.
Don't kick
you
it
do
again.
not have
You must
authority
hit the
over
snowbank.
citizens. You do not have authority
Move.
over citizens. Go fuck yourself.
Move.
Go fuck yourself, asshole. You do not have authority over citizens. Get the fuck out. Go home. Nobody wants you here, asshole. Fuck you. Fuck you. Smile, Nazi.
Just absolutely outrageous, folks. somebody should have slapped the shit out of her. Knock some sense into her. They all look the same, too. They all look the same. But there's good news. ICE agents are now, there's an illegal alien hotbed. Those folks in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio, their governor's not too happy. Their mayor's not too happy. Take a listen to this.
What's the latest you're seeing there in the Buckeye State?
Well, we were able to kick this operation off on December 16th. And with this operation, we've had a lot of success very quickly. Our officers have gone out and truly arrested the worst of the worst. We have arrested gang members, murderers, and rapists. We've arrested people with sex crime charges. We've arrested people with DWI charges. And we've been able to go after these people that have been in this country illegally. They have taken advantage of the system here in Ohio, and we're putting a stop to that, allowing us to go after the worst of the worst who have been embedded themselves in these communities near Columbus, Ohio.
The Columbus mayor is protesting. I want to play a clip from him, and I'll get you to react.
Our police will not be used to carry out these operations. Columbus is already safe without federal intervention. Please take care of one another and know that your community leaders see and support you.
What's your response to him, and is his protest causing you any issues?
Well, look, we will continue to go into cities no matter if the locals want to work with us or not. Sanctuary cities policies, leaders who don't want to work with ICE is not going to deter ICE from doing our job. We want to walk beside law enforcement officers to allow them to go after the worst of the worst, the people that have been wreaking havoc in their communities. Now, if the city of Columbus doesn't work with us, well, that's not going to stop us from going in and removing these criminals who have wreaked havoc on the American people for far too long.
Amen. These people, crime's already down. How can we always hear that from these sanctuary cities? But they have some pretty horrible crime statistics in those areas. Another one I had to have you watch since it's Fun Friday is this activist who was detained here in California on Christmas Eve. Take a listen to this. This was just great. I love it.
I'm getting pulled over. I'm getting pulled over, you guys, just before La Costa Avenue.
Hi there, sir.
Hello, officer. How can I help you today?
Well, how can I help you? The reason I stopped you is you're following a couple of agents who requested that I make a stop on your car. What's the deal? What are you doing?
So basically, I'm an activist in the community, sir, and I'm trying to keep track of the ICE agents that are kidnapping our family members. And federal agents are here. Federal agents are here, you guys. Federal agents are here. Federal agents. For what? They're right here. I'm scared. I don't want them to touch me. I'm talking with you, right? Can you tell them to stay back? Okay, because why are they coming over here trying to intimidate me?
I called them here because I got to find out what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
So I need you to do me a favor, though. I need you to put your phone down. You can record. Leave it recording.
I need to record this.
I understand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you for turning it off for me.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
Separate your feet. Farther apart. Farther apart. Farther apart. Farther apart. There you go. Do you have any weapons on you that are going to put me?
No, sir, I do not. No, sir, I do not.
Okay, so you're not under arrest?
Okay, sir.
I'm just detaining you while I do my investigation.
Yes, sir. This is for my people. I'm protecting family from you masked piece of shit Nazi. You're a Nazi. That's what you are. You're a fucking Nazi. You're a Nazi. That's what you are. I'm protecting my people from you. I'm protecting my people from you fucking Nazis. You're a Nazi. That's what you are. You're a Nazi. You're a Nazi. You're a modern day Nazi. Stop kidnapping my people. Stop kidnapping my family members. Stop kidnapping my people. Stop. Hey.
Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE! Fuck you, ICE!
I just love it. I just love it. Don't be obstructing agents. Don't be doing that stuff. Let law enforcement do their job. do their job. Now, we played this not too long ago, but I wanted to play this one again because we are doing deportations, and we got another clip that follows this one of Byron Donalds, and I thought he said something very powerful, and I would have to agree. But
It's a
listen
wrong,
to
like, I can
one
go
of the
live wherever
jihadis.
I want. I mean, I have no worry. I don't know how they take away my citizenship and like deport me, but I don't even know like why that's such a scary. The 8-year-old who escaped war anymore. I'm grown. My kids are grown. Like, I can go live wherever I want.
Okay, so it's not an issue to deport you. Well, it's an issue with you in holding your elected office. Listen to Byron
Married the
Donalds here.
brother.
Take a listen.
What
to
do you
this.
think? Ilhan
This is back to back. Take a look.
Omar, should she be expelled from Congress? The president, possibly even the country. Looks like there's no record of her being a naturalized U.S. citizen through her father. She might have lied about married the brother. What do you think?
If she's not naturalized citizen in our country, she's ineligible to be in Congress. So yes, she should be removed.
Let's get started. We can't keep waiting and talk about things and say, oh, this could happen, that could happen. We need to just act. I don't care about the repercussions. I don't care if people are crazy. Today in London, a large group of her people shut down the Westfield Shopping Center in East London on Boxing Day, which is one of the busiest shopping days of the year. Look at this. This is just London is oh man. Coming to America soon, where that's just going to be a normal thing, not just like we see it now once in a while. We see these people out there wearing their dirty dish towels and blocking traffic and going to shopping malls. They want to take over Western civilization, and that's what we are allowing them to do. Just a reminder, guys, we are working on getting the funds to go to DC trip. Thank you for everybody who has. I don't think we've gotten any more since the last time I said this. No, it was Jay Lynn, Karen, thank you. Bonnie, we had Renee O, thank you, and Agent 77. Thank you guys for helping out. And Cade Texas did it on Wednesday. Thank you so much. We are I was hoping to get it done tonight. We'll see how that works out. Calculator. 354 away, guys. 354 away from a round trip ticket to head to DC for January 6th. There's going to be a march from Ellipse Park. We were at Ellipse Park on January 6, 2021. March to the Capitol. Will be an interesting day. I'm sure we'll be bringing you quite a bit of content. So if you guys want to help us out, I would appreciate it. I thank you and can't do it without you guys. So hopefully by tonight, people will watch the stream and say, hey, I'm going to donate 20, 40 bucks to them and help get us there. We can't do it without you. 354 away, guys. As soon as we purchase that, we'll work on the hotel and that food and all the other funding, the Uber and everything else we'll need while we're down there. So want to say thank you to you all. I don't know if we have anything going on this weekend that will bring live streams, though. I'll double check again. It seemed like it was pretty dead this weekend of anything going on. And let's see, we're at 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, so hopefully we get that funding and we'll go from there. But I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. If anything does break, of course, we'll come live for breaking news. I think we're going to take Caden, I don't know if it's tonight or this weekend, to the new David movie, cartoon animation movie. I heard it's really good. And if you got kids or grandkids, you want the story of David, It's just epic. And I found a place that it was playing out tonight. We still have to do a little bit of grocery shopping. If we don't hit it today, I'm sure we'll hit it tomorrow. But I want to thank you all for being in here. And I'm going to put up the donation links. I'm not going to end it because I'm going to do a raid here in a minute to another channel. What channel? I don't know. But if you want to donate and help us get to DC for January 6th, the links are coming up. God bless y'all. And then we will raid another channel.
Well, hop above the Oreo Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll.
All right, guys, enjoy the evening. Any breaking news, we'll be back. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.